Monster Jam World Finals is unlike any other event out there.
It's a mark on your stone for life if you win this event.
It's not just another competition, it's a dream come true.
The Monster Jam World Finals racing champion, Tristan England.
Competing in Monster Jam World Finals, it's insane. Honestly, I almost get emotional because I grew up watching it. I always wanted to be in it, and now here I am.
It's so awesome to be on the same stage as Monster Jam legends.
Your World Finals freestyle champion, Colt Stevens.
Being in my first World Finals, it's surreal. I've been fighting for this opportunity for 8 years, and it's a lot of weight on my shoulders.
The stakes are high when it comes to Monster Jam World Finals. There's a lot of expectations.
Only the best drivers get to come and compete, and I just want to make my family, my culture, my people proud.
Ultimate goal, honestly, be winning a world championship. I'm not here just to be a part of the event, I'm here to win.
Winning my first World Finals was insane. So if I get to do it again, it would really just prove that I belong here.
The thing that drives me to win another World Finals championship is wanting to win every competition. It's about pushing myself to be the best I can be out there.
Welcome to Inglewood, California, SoFi Stadium for Monster Jam World Finals 23. Fans have been arriving in droves for what will be an extremely special event, and it's great to see the return of 14-time World Finals champion Tom Meents hanging out with fans once again. Also, just moments ago, Kayla Blood unveiled Sparkle Smash to the sellout crowd, and don't look now, but Fortnite has partnered with Monster Jam. Hello everyone, welcome to World Finals. I'm Scott Jordan alongside the 7 Deuce Deuce, Adam Entignab. Adam, this is one of the wildest Monster Jam seasons in recent memory. It's all led us here to SoFi Stadium with World Finals 23. What were some of your top highlights of the year?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bryce Kenny, one of the biggest airs we have ever seen in Monster Jam history. But my favorite moment from Monster Jam, my top highlight, Tom Meents in his final year of competition, going out and winning freestyle. Absolutely amazing, something that he gifted the fans for sure.
14-time world champion. Speaking of champions, we have 2 defending champions looking to hold on to their crowns tonight with Tyler Menninga in skills and Tristan England in racing. Adam, of those 2, has the best chance to defend successfully?
Tyler Menninga clicking on all cylinders. He is the man right now, fastest qualifier. Tyler Menninga, watch out.
Friday's qualifying, Velociraptor's David Ofer won the last chance qualifier, become the 24th competitor in tonight's JCB racing competition. Adam, David had the track locked in, especially in that blue lane. Can he continue his Hollywood story tonight and win a World Finals championship?
In Monster Jam, you gotta expect the unexpected. You never know what's gonna happen. David Olfert gave himself a shot, and I hope he can take advantage.
A driver who is no stranger to winning World Finals is Max D's Tom Meents. He won 14 World Championships in his storied career, and tonight he will help crown one more as a celebrity judge in the Great Clip Skills Challenge. So let's join the third member of our broadcast team, Leslie Mears, who is with the professor of Monster Jam University.
It's a really unique track out here, Tom, that we're going to have for the skills competition. So what are some things that you expect to see?
Man, it's going to be about the combo, Everybody's doing great skills challenge maneuvers. They're going to have to combo it up with something else. Maybe they can design a flip, do a flip, either forward or backwards. But what's going to win it is going to be a unique new combo.
Well, we don't have to worry about favoritism in racing, and we saw some awesome practice, some awesome qualifying. What are some key takeaways for you on this track that we're going to see the winner do out here to get that championship?
I think number one is when you're on the outside, you got to be tight entering that corner, get it quickly rotated, and get it around tight on the exit of the outside corner. The inside corner, to me, is somewhat simpler. I mean, people struggle with it rolling over. But, I think the key is they got to be tight on the outside to get the key to victory.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Tom. Here's the lineup of competitors in the Great Clip Skills Challenge. 5 series champions are competing here at World Finals. Adam, for the very first time, an international series champion is here. That's Blake Granger. He is in this competition. What are Blake's chances to go from the International Series Championship to 2-wheel skills champion at World Finals?
I mean, Blake has fantastic chances. This man has the accolades, 12 skills wins, 14 overalls internationally. He came domestically and did his job. This man can get it done. And in the press conference, he had a chip on his shoulder, and he said he is carrying the torch for these international drivers to prove that they can be the best as well.
Let's go down to the track now for our first competition here at World Finals. It's the Great Clips Skills Challenge. Out of Christmas, Florida, this is Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, making her Monster Jam World Finals debut. Just in her second season in Monster Jam, but an established driver.
Gets that truck up.
Big, and she makes a save too on a one-wheel bounce there, right on the edge of that step up, almost coming out that ski slope jump on the backside, and makes a nice save. Take a look at the original super glue, glued to the action replay.
Hits the throttle just a little bit too hard in reverse, goes up onto that step up, gets the nose down, tries to make another save in forward, hits the throttle again and gets it back on all 4 BKTs.
All right, well, here is our defending and reigning Great Clip Skills Challenge World Finals champion, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. And he's got the truck up, and he does get it perfect. Execution, Tyler Menninga. Slow on the gas now, nose wheelie down the base of that ramp, right into that sweet spot of this dirt.
Man, this kid has ice in his veins. He's doing exactly what he did all season, balancing a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck up in the air on those BKT tires. He is just up there kind of hanging out. This kid has so much finesse, so much technique. He's going into the combination move.
Moonwalk all the way down, the step up. He's got it now back on the wheelie bar. And he is going to sit that thing tombstone wheelie for Gravedigger. He's not done yet. Lifts it up on one wheel, and if he pulls off the save, oh my, does not get the save. Take a look at the original super glue, glued to the action replay.
You can see the amount of control, the bounce right there. I can't even explain how hard it is to keep that truck in control, and then he tries to wheelie up there and tips over. But what a run, fantastic start to two-wheel skills.
Next up out of Fortville, Indiana, Zach Garner, Wildside, third on Arena Championship Series East. Zach Garner now backing up to the container, goes right up into a moonwalk nose wheelie. So Zach Garner wasting no time, gets the truck to absolute perfect position, one tire in the red lane, one in the blue lane, and now he's edging it out. There's the rear steer, the crab walk and moonwalk nose wheelie combo for Wildside.
I love the crab walk, the rear steer he clicked there. You gotta love the extra added combination points. He's going back and forth with it for the crowd. But the most impressive thing to me was Zach Garner hit the throttle a little bit too hard on that backflip ramp, but he was very soft with the brakes and kept it under control. He kept the nerves under control, and now he is out there hanging out on two wheels like it's nothing.
Zach Garner with a great move. Check out the original super glue, glued to the action replay.
He hits the throttle very hard in reverse. He gets a big bounce, but he was calm, cool, and collected. Hit the brakes only so hard. Made sure that truck was nice and balanced, getting a nice little combination move.
Next up out of Killer Hills, North Carolina, four-time World Finals champion Ryan Anderson, and son of a digger, 12 skills wins in 2024. Here comes Ryan Anderson now, right off under the bicycle. That's a good one. Going to slink his way out into the Cyclone on the sidewalls, goes up. I don't know if he had enough rhythm there, didn't have enough speed, trying to go from one side to another and get the back-to-back Cyclone.
From the replay right here, he just turns in a little bit too hard with a little bit too much speed from that bicycle, and it actually puts him back on all fours.
Up next out of Whittier, California, Armando Castro and El Toro Loco, hometown kid here on his home track. And here is your popper up over the median, that divider. Brings the wheels back into a moonwalk, stops it right there. Now we got smoke coming out of the Crazy Bull. Some confidence here in Armando Castro. And he's gonna go right over here to that wall section of this racetrack, that big, thick median right there.
Definitely a breath of fresh air for Armando Castro. He gets the truck up. He was a little bit cattywampus when he first went to set that truck, but he is walking that thing out. You can see the smoke coming out of front of El Toro Loco, pressing that button, taking a hand off the wheel. Relaxation from hometown's Armando Castro.
Now just edging it out here in nose wheelie, moonwalk, going right back, gonna flip it up, he's got a backflip! Oh my goodness gracious!
He hits the backflip!
That's not even an 8-pack, that is a no-pack, and he nailed a backflip out of nowhere. That is a championship-winning move. My oh my, original super glue glued to the action replay.
Armando Castro, I am stunned in the booth. Here he comes, he does that stoppie, he gets 2 inches away from that wall, and then he just lets it all hang out. Caution to the wind, Armando Castro with the backflip. This is unbelievable for the hometown boy.
Here comes Tristan England, JCB Digatron. He wore a Camden Murphy shirt today. He wants Camden to win racing, is what he said. And I'm being honest, is what he said. He did exactly what Tyler did, takes the paint off, and it works out great. Digatron is up. Full extension of the truck there. Great degree. He's got absolutely everything going for him here. Rear steer going one way, rear steer going the other, out into the nose wheelie right off the stoppie.
Now, the only thing I'm looking at is Zach Garner did come out and already kind of do that rear steer, so how are the judges going to judge that?
Teeter-totter, how about that?
That's exactly what Tristan England is known for, that combination move back and forth. Let's see if he can get it one more time. A little bit on that berm, not going to be able to execute.
And here's your original super glue glued to the action replay.
You can see him hit the rear steer to the right, to the left, and then he hits reverse, lets that truck drop exactly at the right moment to hit the combination move and get that thing into a wheelie.
Next up at Kilova Hills, North Carolina, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger, the champion from Arena Central, able to get the truck over. Full 180-degree extension here of Gravedigger orange, and now he rolls it out into a nose wheelie. What's next?
Well, I'm thinking he's going to have to go back up onto that step up if he wants to get the same score. But one of the things that I'm looking at is right at the beginning, he actually had to throw it into reverse and then forward again to get that truck up with that slick dirt. But he's walking it up. He has a little bit more control than Tyler Meninga, a lot slower, dancing up there. Weston Anderson playing with fire here.
And Weston Anderson gets his combo move, and here's the super glue glued to the action replay.
Okay, he gets the popper, but see how he throws it in reverse and then back into forward so quick. That is very difficult to do. And then right here at the top, to be able to balance and teeter-totter on the very tip of that step-up landing is absolutely amazing.
Blake Ranger, Max D, the Max D Fire. And Blake Ranger goes all the way down into a stoppie, so he goes all the way up and all the way down. And now he's got the nose wheelie moonwalk going. There's your rear steer kick, crab walking. He's the final competitor here in the Great Clip Skills Challenge, so needs something spectacular if he's going to take the top spot here. And now into the moonwalk, going to edge his way back up to that FMX ramp, the step up. That is a heck of a balance job right there. My goodness, he had that thing right on an inch away from popping back down, and he's got it again. Absolute full control here. We are seeing technical prowess at its finest. Huge popper in reverse.
Couldn't quite get the combination there.
Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna come up for his first attempt, try to get it up, but he isn't leaning the truck back far enough. And then what he does is he puts it back too far, gets too much momentum, and he can't get the combination move.
Let's take a look at our final skills leaderboard. El Toro Loco gets the win, 9.656. Gravedigger, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger, Tyler Meninga in the top 3 on the podium. And then JCB Digatron and Wildside round out the top 5. Armando Castro is a World Finals champion once again, and he is on the track with Leslie Mears.
How did you find the inspiration for that move?
You know what, I've been doing this 8 years, and been in arenas for so long, you so much see time behind the wheel. I told my crew guy, I said, Elliot, man, I'm kind of embarrassed right now because my first attempt didn't go well. And I told him, man, I'm just gonna try something. So I lined up right there and I said, hey, am I straight? He said, yeah, you're good, just make some smoke. So we did it, we pulled up to it, and I said, you know what, this is the World Finals, man, this is my backyard. So you know what, we're gonna backflip, we're gonna try for it. And man, what better way to do it right here in SoFi Stadium. You know, I got a big shout out to my sister, man. I know she's riding with me, and that was for her. But man, if you're here, if you guys enjoyed the two-wheel skills, make some noise!
Armando Castro is a world champion, and we have one competition down, one more to go. Up next is the Skills Trophy presentation, and we kick off the JCB Racing competition when we return with more Monster Jam World Finals. Monster Jam is brought to you by Spin Master, Epic Trucks, Epic Stunts, Monster Jam. Welcome back to SoFi Stadium. Let's head down to the podium for the Great Clip Skills Challenge Trophy presentation.
Winning the bronze medal, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. Our silver medal winner, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. And your new Monster Jam World Finals champion and gold medal winner, El Toro Loco, Armando Castro.
All right, thank you, Leslie. Our second competition tonight, JCB Racing. Our drivers have been seeded into the bracket. 24 of the best in the world are here. Based on qualifying, the top 8 qualifiers from Friday get the first round buys. And of course, the LCQ winner, David Olford, gets into the bracket as the 24th competitor. So let's take a look at the driver lineup for the main field. 24 superstars. As I mentioned, you have the underdog story, the Hollywood Cinderella story, David Olford. You also have your defending racing champion, JCB Digatron's Tristan England. A lot of great matchups here, Adam. We'll get to the bracket in a second, but as far as the lineup goes, who is the heavy favorite here coming into the racing competition?
I mean, it's got to be Tyler Menninga, right? He put up that fastest time in qualifying. Somebody to look for, though, it has to be David Olford getting that win out of the LCQ. The reason I'm saying that is David Olford had more time than anybody on this track because of the layout of qualifying.
Tough draw for David Olford. He gets Lindsey Reed as we check out our JCB Racing bracket here for round 1. Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior, JCB Digatron, Dragon, Soldier Fortune. As I mentioned, Velociraptor, Lucas Stabilizer, Megalodon, Corey Rummel against Monster Mutt Dalmatian. First round buys going to Tyler Menninga, Max D, Son of a Digger, and Weston Anderson. On the other side of the bracket, Jurassic Attack versus Black Pearl, Wild Side Adventure, El Toro Loco, Scooby-Doo, Thunder, Roras versus Gravedigger, Kristen Anderson. And these first round buys go to Todd Leduc and Megalodon, Adam Anderson, Bakugan, Dragonoid, and Zombie. And right now it's time for Track Talk. But we have that side-by-side starting line. The side-by-side racetrack is known as an S-track. Talk us through what you see from this track.
So there's something very difficult about this track, and that is how many points that you have to hit to make and hit your marks and to actually make a fast pass. What you're gonna have to do, and this is coming from my Supercross experience, is you're gonna have to think ahead. When you're on the starting line, you're gonna have to have your plan for that first turn in the blue lane. When you're in the first turn of the blue lane, you're gonna have to have your plan for that second turn that's gonna get you around the finish line. If these drivers aren't thinking ahead, they are gonna get caught up and they're going to make big mistakes. We've seen that a lot in qualifying, and hopefully the drivers have made adjustments and they're going to be able to think ahead and execute.
Let's get back down to the track here at SoFi Stadium for our first round 1 matchup of the JCB Racing bracket. It's Bryce Kenny, Grey Clips, Mohawk Warrior versus Tristan England, JCB Digatron. It's going to be a good one. We got a green light. Racing has begun at SoFi Stadium.
It looks like Tristan England goes long on the step up. Bryce Kenny, nice and smooth and slow in that first turn.
Tristan too tight on the turn. He's up on the median. That could cost him big. Oh, Bryce Kenny goes over. And Tristan England gonna get the win. My goodness. Here's a Super Glue Blue to the action replay.
Okay, now watch Bryce Kenny. He gets a big jump to the left with that truck, and then he actually grabs the single out of the starting gate with that BKT. He hooks up, flips on the lid. Oh my goodness, Bryce Kenny goes home in the first round.
Next up here in round 1, in the blue lane, Cody Saucier, Dragon. In the red lane, Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune. Two Lafayette, Louisiana natives right now, Caleb Blood and Cody Saucier. And here we go, Dragon up in the blue lane. Caleb Blood has a lead coming down that ski slope. And now in the blue turn goes Dragon. And in the red turn, Soldier Fortune.
It looks like Caleb Blood is putting together a good run. She hits the rear steer a little late, goes high on the berm.
Cody Saucier gonna finish strong here, comes across the finish line. Cody Saucier gets the win. Check out Super Glue Blue to the action replay.
You can see Caleb Blood just a little late on that rear steer, gets high up on the berm, but she did make this race very close.
Our next matchup in the blue lane, the last chance qualifier, David Olford, Velociraptor. In the red lane, Lindsey Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. Let's check back in with Leslie.
Yeah, guys, David told me that he's sticking with his game plan from last chance qualifier. Smooth, steady, consistent, and he's only racing one race at a time. He said he didn't even want to look at that next race in the bracket because he just wants to tackle each one individually. And hey, we know he's got the confidence and the most laps on this track to get it done.
Well, I'll let him know who that opponent is in the next round. That's Ryan Anderson. But here we go. He's got to get past Lindsey Reed first. David Olford, Velociraptor, Lindsey Reed up over that. David Olford with the lead coming out of the blue lane into the berm corner. And Lindsey Reed trying to make the red turn in a bicycle for Lucas Stabilizer. So Velociraptor will advance. Lindsey Reed impedes the race lane a little bit out of the finish line, but just to play it safe, David Olford shut off. He will advance. Take a look at the Super Glue to the action replay.
It is sticky, but it is grabbing those BKT tires. You see she just drove it in a little bit deep, turned a little hard for how much speed she had, and lays it over on the lid.
Next up here in round one, Corey Rummel, Megalodon Fire in the blue lane. Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian in the red lane.
And this is going to be a true testament for Jamie. Can she produce when the lights are on?
Corey Rummel stays low down the slope. Jamie Sullivan goes outside. Got to make this tight corner, drifts the truck around. Corey Rummel almost up over, keeps the truck into the chalk line.
Jamie Sullivan, a great pass. She's going to turn
Jamie
sharp.
Sullivan can win this thing. And there's our first upset of the night. Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Jamie Sullivan comes in here, hits the rear steer at the perfect time. Corey Rummel can't believe it. Monster Mutt Dalmatian moving on.
We have breaking news right now, so let's go down to Leslie Mears.
Guys, we're auto-advancing a pair in the bracket here, and that's because Black Pearl had some issues out there during driver introductions out there. They thought it was an EFI issue because it was some RPMs. They'd also changed the alternator, the flywheel, and also new batteries in the truck the day before to try to get it to run. But because he can't make his pair, Jurassic Attack will automatically advance in the bracket and not get that first round run.
Well, thank you, Leslie. Right now on the track, Zach Garner, Wildside in the blue lane, Jim Kohler, Avenger in the red lane. Zach Garner off the starting line a little faster than Jim Kohler. Nice floater into the berm corner. And Zach Garner, perfect turn for Wildside.
Jim Kohler hits the rear steer, keeps it on a little bit too long, gets the rear steer early, great last turn.
Zach Garner gets over the finish line from start to finish. Wildside had it. An absolutely perfect pass. Let's take a look at the Super Glue to the action replay.
So we're looking at Jim Kohler. He goes off the side of this step up. He knows he has to drive it in a little deep, and that's what happened. He clips the beginning of the berm, gets the truck a little bit off center, and what that does is it loses traction for just that millisecond that he needed, and Zach Garner puts down a perfect run.
Next up on the track in the left lane, that blue lane, it is Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, and in the red lane, Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo. And we got El Toro Loco, Scooby-Doo, and Armando Castro. Huge air, end over end jump, comes down a little far, and that might cost him in the corner.
Armando gets really close to Scooby-Doo there. It looks like he might have a slight edge. Great corner from Armando.
Brianna Mahan gonna make it close at the finish line. And we're gonna take a look at the original Super Glue to the action replay.
To me, it looks like Armando has a slight advantage. What he did was enter that first turn a little wide. A few little mistakes from both drivers, but Armando Castro, a little bit less of a mistake, coming away with the win.
That leads us to our next round one matchup. It's our final round one matchup. In the left lane, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, and in that right red lane, Cole Stevens in Thunderoras. Cole Stevens has the lead off the start. Kristen Anderson makes up a little bit of space on the jump, but right now Cole Stevens with the lead going on the ramp.
Oh man, this is Cole Stevens' race. He just hit a perfect corner. The way he hit that rear steer was fantastic. Slows down.
And Cole Stevens gonna get the win. Thunderoras advances. Here's the Super Glue to the action replay.
It looks like the red lane is developing. That's what I'm talking about, the rear steer right there. That first corner from Cole Stevens was so good. He knew, because he could see Kristen, that he could slow down a little bit and kind of still make that corner and get the win.
We're one round down, and up next, the 8 fastest qualifiers get their shot at this track. Round 2 of racing is next. We are back at SoFi Stadium for round 25 and Monster Jam World Finals. Let's take a look at the bracket heading into round 2 with JCB Racing. It's going to be Gravedigger's Tyler Medica against JCB Digatron, Max D versus Dragon, Son of a Digger up against Velociraptor, Gravedigger's Weston Anderson against Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Megalodon versus Jurassic Attack, Gravedigger's Adam Anderson against Wildside, Bakugan Dragonoid versus El Toro Loco, and Zombie versus Thunderoras. The fastest time in round 1, Wildside, 18.347. And right now, Max D's Blake Granger, he is in the blue lane. Cody Saucier Dragon in the red lane. Blake Granger having some more issues now. He's got his crew chief out there, possible RII issue, which is a remote ignition interrupter. So Blake Granger dealing with a lot of mechanicals. We're going to go down to Leslie to get some more information on what's going on. Leslie.
So it was the RII box on Max D, and because he couldn't make the 60-second clock, what they're going to do is they're going to bring the fastest loser from round 1 back into the competition here. That fastest loser, Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. She's going to get another chance at it on the track.
Well, we're going to kick off JCB Racing round 2 on the track. Tyler Menninger, Gravedigger in the blue lane. Tristan England at JCB Digatron advancing back into the red lane. Here we go, about to kick off JCB Racing round 2. Tristan England and Tyler Menninger. Oh, over the jump, Tristan has the lead going into that first corner. Tyler perfect on a dime, keeps the truck straight in the lane.
Tristan England perfect as well. He's set up for this last corner. It's going to come down to the finish.
He bumped the medium, but he's got it. Tristan England again making the win. Tyler Menninger with a bicycle, but holy moly, 17.967, fastest time of the night. Take a look at the replay.
Guess what? There's a reason why he's the reigning World Finals racing champion, and he just showed it right there. He gets a bad bounce coming into that last corner, but he stays cool, calm, and collected. Tyler Menninger makes the mistake. JCB Digatron capitalizes.
Well, here we go, our second pair in round 2. Cody Saucier Dragon in the blue lane. Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo in the red lane. She had that epic finish. Off the starting line we go. Brianna Mahan, slight advantage coming down the ski slope into the turn. Dragon has to stop a little bit, clips the pod just slightly, and has the lead.
It looked like Dragon went with a new strategy right there, staying nice and tight.
Oh, Brianna Mahan's gonna get it here. Brianna Mahan! From our vantage point, it looked like Scooby-Doo got it, but we're gonna check out this replay.
Okay, here they come into the finish line. Brianna Mahan with a great last turn. Brianna Mahan by a BKT tire, Scott.
Moving on, our LCQ winner, David Olford is here with Son of a Digger. So we go left lane, blue lane, Son of a Digger's Ryan Anderson and David Olford, Velociraptor. Son of a Digger, Velociraptor, the LCQ winner, David Olford. Hollywood story, does it continue or does it end right here? Ryan Anderson off the ramp, David Olford off the ramp.
David Olford enters a little bit wide. It looks like Ryan Anderson puts down the power.
But David Olford has done it! Oh my goodness, the Cinderella story continues in LA. Velociraptor with the upset. Take a look at the original super glue. Glued to the action replay.
I cannot believe what just happened. David Olford with the biggest upset in Monster Jam this season. David Olford comes away with the win.
He is now 5-0 on this track, Adam. 5-0 on this track. Next up in this round, in the blue lane, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. In the red lane, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. For more on this race, let's go back to Leslie.
Guys, Weston told me that he is very, very nervous for this race, and he hasn't been this nervous in a long time. And I said, you race all the time. Where's it coming from? He says, I feel so confident out there. I feel like I might have the opportunity to win.
Thank you, Leslie. So the odds are stacked against her right now. Let's see if she can pull off another upset. She floats the turn a little bit here. Weston Anderson with a slight advantage coming into the ramp.
Both drivers hit that step-up landing perfect. It's coming down to the last corner.
Oh, Weston clipped the pod! He clipped the pod!
tight.
And Jamie Sullivan is going to do it again! It is Upset City in Los Angeles right now.
Welcome to the Hollywood stories.
Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay.
It looks like Weston Anderson gets a bad bounce off of that tabletop in the middle of the race, and he has to put on the brakes. He can't turn that sharp. What is going on in Hollywood?
Next up in round 2 in the blue lane, Dalton Wider, Jurassic Attack in the red lane. Our second fastest qualifier, Todd the Duke and Megalodon. But we have seen upset after upset here. Anything can happen. And here we go, Jurassic Attack, Megalodon. Todd goes high, gets great momentum coming off the slope.
Todd LeDuc with a good first corner, but not driving very aggressively, staying nice and calm. Gets the rear steer very early. He gets a turn.
And look at Dalton Wider putting it on. We may have another upset. What is going on in the City of Angels right now? Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay.
I am speechless. I thought Todd LeDuc had it all the way to the end. The rear steer held on a little too long. Dolan Widener, oh my gosh, I love Monster Jam.
Our next race out of Fortville, Indiana, in the blue lane, Zach Garner Wildside. In the red lane out of Killable Hills, North Carolina, Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. In his career at World Finals, Adam 26-12 with 3 racing wins.
Right now, Adam Anderson in that red lane with the advantage.
Down the slope they come. Zach Garner into that blue berm, now coming out into this wide turn. If he nails this corner, he can beat Adam Anderson. Adam goes sideways, and Adam, I don't think, got both front wheels in the chalk line. We got a slight collision.
That's a 5-second penalty.
That might be a 5-second penalty. Here's a replay.
Here comes Zach Garner around the outside. Now, what we're looking at is, did Gravedigger get his 2 front tires in between those white lines?
And we are getting word the official result. Wildside gets the win. Zach Garner, 18.207. Adam gets a 5-second penalty. Next up, we got El Toro Loco's Armando Castro in the blue lane. Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid in the red lane. Oh, here we go. Murphy versus Castro, 2 of the best in the sport. Camden bounces off the ramp, off that steep FMX jump.
Armando Castro, oh, it looks like the left rear is not pulling for Camden Murphy. This could be trouble.
Armando goes up onto the berm and gives Camden Murphy the break he needed. Camden Murphy had that race lost, Armando had it won, and Camden goes all the way across the finish line. Armando ends up in his lane.
Look at the replay right here. Watch his rear tires. They're not pulling at all. Those front tires are spinning, but the rear tires are not. They're gonna have to get that fixed.
Our final matchup in round 2, Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars in the blue lane, Bari Musauer Zombie in the red lane. Leslie, I'm losing it up here.
It's wild, and we saw Colt go in that red lane in round 1 because he thought Bari was going to choose that inside blue lane, so he got the experience out there. He felt more comfortable in the blue lane in practice and qualifying, so he's at least got that edge out here. He just hasn't felt it on this track.
Thank you, Leslie. 2 of my former broadcast partners going head-to-head. One will advance to the quarterfinal round here. Quarterfinals, Colt Stevens goes over, and he did not impede the race lane, so Bari will continue on. It looks like Bari had to hit the brakes slightly, but Colt Stevens not gonna make it happen here in the racing competition. Bari Musauer advances. Take a look at the replay. What went wrong for Thunder Roars?
Okay, so it's very simple. Watch after this step up. He turns too tight. He catches the bottom of that berm. It puts him up on 2 BKTs. He tries to get out of the throttle. He knows he has to be aggressive because this is World Finals. He clips the bottom edge of the berm. He gets on the gas, puts it up on 2 wheels, tries to slow down, but not quite enough.
Only 2 rounds to go here in racing, but up next, Caleb Blood debuts Sparkle Smash in the stunt everyone's been waiting for. That's next on Monster Jam. Welcome back to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's World Finals 23, and Sparkle Smash has arrived in Monster Jam. And Sparkle Smash about to soar through SoFi Stadium in an epic stunt. Caleb Blood behind the wheel of Sparkle Smash. She's driving Soldier Fortune throughout these competitions, but moving forward, Caleb Blood is fearless as the new driver of Sparkle Smash. And Adam, we are about to see Sparkle Smash conquer Smash Mountain.
I absolutely love it. She is gonna smash the competition. Kayla Blood, she is everything Sparkle Smash represents. Here she goes.
Sparkle Smash, skying up over the cars. Big time jump. And Sparkle Smash means business. Kayla Blood gets Smash Mountain down, man. She chopped about 4 cars out of that stack. And a donut, exclamation point. We got fireworks, pyro, we got smoke. And we got a brand new truck in Monster Jam, and its name is Sparkle Smash. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay of Sparkle Smash.
Here we go, she's coming in, perfect speed. She hits Smash Mountain right there. Little step on, step off action from Kayla Blood. Great execution, perfect way to bring this new truck into Monster Jam.
Just an incredibly popular Spin Master die-cast toy, now life-size 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck that Caleb will be competing in throughout the summer. Let's take a look at the JCB Racing bracket in the quarterfinals. It'll be JCB Digatron against Scooby-Doo, Velociraptor versus Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Jurassic Attack against Wildside, and Bakugan Dragonoid versus Zombie. We still have a long way to go to crown our racing winner. The final 8 hit the track next on Monster Jam. We are back at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood for round 25. Out of the track first in the blue lane, Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. In the red lane, Tristan England in JCB Digatron. He has looked absolutely fantastic, sticking to the red lane. In his career, he's 2-0 against Brianna Mahan. They last met in London back in 2022. Tristan England with a huge lead coming into the corner.
Great job on the step up.
Brianna Mahan goes over, and she's gonna make Tristan England slow down, and they are gonna shut him off. She is in the race lane. That is a rule. Anytime a truck impedes a race lane, no matter where they're at, you get shut off. Take a look at the original Super Glue Glue to the action replay.
Okay, so now watch Scooby-Doo. It looks like she tries to get the truck turned, and when she gets on the gas, the track is tacking up on that berm, and it just puts her on her lid.
Next up in round 3, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian in the blue lane, David Olford, Velociraptor in the red lane. Jamie pulling off upset after upset. Leslie, she is on fire right now.
Well, and I think a little bit of that, Scott, could be because she's driving angry. I saw her crew chief up here, and I said, man, you look really nervous. And I said, are you worried about the truck being in shape? He goes, no. He goes, the truck's 100%. Jamie is upset with herself after that effort in the skills competition. And so she's really angry right now, so I'm a little worried what she's going to do to the truck, but it's definitely working to her advantage.
And we await the green light. We got one. Jamie Sullivan quick off the line. Still driving angry. She has a lead coming down the ramp.
Looks like she turns a little bit tight. She's gonna have to go slow in this corner.
She did go slow, Adam. She went all the way up on the top of the berm. That may cost her.
David Olford.
David Olford slowed down. Jamie Sullivan with a push to the finish line. I think it's Velociraptor, but let's check out the Super Glue glued to the action replay.
Okay, so look at David Olford in this last corner. He knows he can't push it because that edge is building up. Jamie Sullivan with a last-second push, but it's not going to be enough.
Our next pair is out in the left lane, Zach Garner, wild side. And in that red right lane, Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack, the future of the sport, trying to make it the present of the sport. And off that ramp, Dalton Widener stays low, barely lifted off the ground, and he's got the lead going up the ramp.
Wow, Zach Garner made up some time in that first turn with a fantastic corner.
Final push here for Bo. Zach Garner's got the momentum. Dalton Widener goes off the ramp, off the lane, and Zach Garner gonna get the win. Wild side advances to the semis.
Okay, so at the beginning on the step up, he jumps a little bit far, but right here you can see Zach Garner holds on the gas. A fantastic last corner. He hits the rear steer at the perfect time, hammers the throttle. The track is perfect right now for racing.
All right, we're gonna go downstairs to Leslie for an update on the racing bracket.
Everything is shuffling constantly, and with Bakugan Dragonoid having a broken drive shaft, there's just not enough time to get it fixed before this competition. So once again, we've got somebody getting new life, and this time it's Armando Castro and El Toro Loco.
El Toro Loco, Armando Castro in the red lane, Zombies Bar and Musauer Zombie. It's so funny how things have switched. Zombie picking the red lane as well. Now instead of the blue lane, lane choice is going red. And we got a good one here. Two of the best, two of the fastest going at it. Into the corner go both drivers.
Armando Castro, great job entering wide, but it looked like he hit the rear steer a little late riding on top of the berm. Let's see what Zombie does in this last turn.
Up on the berm, Zombie has it. If he can straighten up the truck, great pass for Bari Musauer, and Zombie will advance to the semifinals.
Okay, so now watch Bari here with his rear steer. He's gonna come out of this corner, great execution. He's gonna be very close to that white line. The rear steer hangs just a little too long and barely inches by without a penalty.
Let's take a look at our JCB Racing semifinal bracket. Tristan England, JCB Digatron, David Olford, Velociraptor, and then Zach Garner, Wild Side, Bari Musauer, and Zombie, Wild Side. All day so far, and it's getting wild in here in SoFi Stadium. We are down to the final four. The semifinal round begins next on Monster Jam. Monster Jam is brought to you by Great Clips, the official hair salon of Monster Jam. Download the Great Clips app and check in online today. We are back at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood for round 25. This is World Finals 23, and we have reached the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our first race in the semifinals is a good one. David Olford, Velociraptor in the red lane. He is now 6-0 on this track, pushing Tristan England to the blue lane. All right, here we go. The semifinals have started. Tristan England goes high, David Olford stays low, and JCB Digatron has the lead.
David Olford with a good corner. It's gonna come down to the last turn. He enters wide, he comes in hot.
He goes very high and he stops. Tristan England will get a there on that run.
Watching this replay right here, he's gonna flip the truck. And what's so smart from Tristan England, he lets the truck flip, he doesn't hit the gas, he doesn't cause any more damage, don't try to make the save.
We've reached our final race in the semifinal round. In the left lane, Zach Garner in Wildside. In the red lane, Bari Musauer in Zombie. The winner moves on to meet Tristan England in the finals, and we are even coming off the ski jump.
Zach Garner, great first turn, hitting the rear steer early. Let's see if Zombie holds on that rear steer a little too long.
Zach Garner is gonna win this thing. Zach Garner, Bari went too high on the berm, had to slow down, and Wildside is making it to the final race. Jamie Carter is practically in tears down there.
Okay, let's check out this replay. Zombie goes a little bit wide here, but this is the last corner. He hits the rear steer just a little bit late. Oh my goodness, Bari, what a fine, tiny mistake that makes one of the biggest upsets we've seen tonight.
We started with 24 of the best in the sport. We are down to 2, and 1 will become a World Finals champion. Find out who gets the win next on Monster Jam. Monster Jam is brought to you by JCB, the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam. We are back at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, where we have reached the JCB Racing Finals. Rounds been a race here. David Ofer, Velociraptor, blue lane. Bari Musauer, Zombie, red lane. Still an incredible story if David Ofer can win this race and finish from the LCQ onto the podium. David Ofer used to crew for Bari. Only one will make it onto the podium. Velociraptor versus Zombie for the bronze medal.
David and Bari stay nice and low on that first jump.
Bari goes up on 2 wheels. This is David's to win. And he's deep in the blue corner now. David Ofer trying to finish this off, goes a little sideways, a little wobbly, gets it straightened up. And Velociraptor goes from the last chance qualifier to the podium at Monster Jam World Finals. Take a look at the original super glue, glued to the action replay.
Bari drives it in just a little too deep. I'm sure he was excited. He really wanted that bronze medal. You could tell he was just going in a little bit too hot.
We have reached the final race. It is Zach Garner versus Tristan England in the blue lane. Zach Garner Wildside in the red lane. Tristan England, JCB Digatron. Tail of the tape, Tristan 38 and 18 on the year with 6 wins. Zach 50 and 22 with 10 wins. And Wildside versus JCB Digatron. Wildside gets lane choice here.
This is the big race of the night.
We got a green light and we got a final race. Here we go. Tristan England and Zach Garner. Zach Garner with a slight lead heading into the berm.
Zach Garner with a great first corner. He overjumps the jump, but it looks like Tristan England's behind a little bit.
He gets bouncy. Zach Garner has a chance to finish this off, and Zach Garner is going to get the racing win. Oh my gosh. Wildside is a racing winner, and Jamie Gardner is celebrating with Tom Mans. He is in tears. Zach Garner is your World Finals Racing Champion. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay.
Here we go, looking at the replay. Zach Garner in that final corner. He did it like he just did it the prior before. Hits the throttle, holds it pinned, drifts that thing all the way around and gets the win.
Zach Garner is a world champion right now. Let's head down to the podium. Leslie has the podium presentation and hear from our World Finals Racing champion.
Earning the bronze medal, driving Velociraptor, David Ofer. Earning the silver medal tonight and his second year on the podium, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. And your gold medal winner and a World Finals Racing champion, Zach Garner, Wildside. So Zach, you came in as a little bit of a dark horse. I mean, you were so impressive in qualifying and you kept going round and round and you were flawless. How were you able to keep that truck on rails out there?
You know, honestly, if it wasn't for them crew guys back there in the back, that truck wouldn't have won this world championship. You know what? This one's for all them guys back there, all the people back at home, and this is for everyone that said we could do it. You know what? We proved it, and we're ready for more!
We got to bring this guy in right here. What does it mean for you to stand up here on this stage? He brought you into this sport and gave you this opportunity to do this with him here.
You know what? This has always been his dream, to drive a Monster Jam truck, and getting to be able to come out here and live out my dream as well and follow in his footsteps. This one's for him, and thank you, Dad. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your World Finals racing champion, Zach Garner.
Thank you, Leslie. A wild night it was for the racing bracket. Zach Gardner makes history, becomes the first independent driver to win racing since 2019, as well as the first driver to win the World Finals Racing Championship in their first main field appearance. And we're not done. We have a big Hollywood ending. We'll be right back here in SoFi Stadium. It's our season finale, round 26. Be sure to join us. For Adam Entignap and Leslie Mears, I'm Scott Jordan. We'll see you right here next time on Monster Jam.